Hello, everybody, and welcome to LoseWeightVeryFast.com, and of course, my Lose Weight Very Fast fan Facebook page. And of course, hello to everybody. And I am so thankful and honored that everybody is here. And it's been a long time, 8 years I've had this page. 8 years, you all have been watching my videos, my streaming, and so forth. I have a confession to make. I have failed all of you, and I failed myself. Let me get into it. Originally, when I started this page, we focused on the no bread diet. Well, obviously, the no bread diet did not work long term. It worked for about 5 months. After the 5 months, I started eating bread again. So I'm trying to find alternate solutions to lose weight very fast and lose weight healthy, right? So healthy weight management. And lo and behold, I have a very, very good friend of mine, Eric. Eric, say hello.
How you doing, everybody?
And Eric has really done something that's just been absolutely phenomenal. So when I originally first met Eric, he was close to 420 pounds. Now think about that, okay? That's two people. That's two grown-ups. He was able to miraculously lose that weight in a period of just a few years. And he went from 420, and now, Eric, what are you, at about 190, 195?
I weigh 201 pounds.
Okay, so 201 pounds, right? So he lost 105% of his body weight. Now, first of all, I got to clap. That's just amazing. I want him to teach not only myself, but the audience some of his most aggressive tactics on what we can do to not only lose our weight, but keep it off. And so, Eric, I want you to introduce yourself and say hello and welcome to the party here.
Thank you so much, Dan, for the introduction. Over the last few years, I've really kind of crafted my body, right? So, I mean, the journey is really a lot longer. I would say it's closer to 10 years to getting to where I was, right? I've gained the weight, I've lost the weight, I've gained it back. But like Dan says, you can do a fad diet, and I would lose the weight, but I was just a thin, fat person. What does that mean? What is a thin, fat person? Well, people on Ozempic and people who do these fad and crash diets is that, yeah, you're losing all this weight, but your body fat percentage doesn't change. So if you were 200 pounds and now you're 150 pounds, but your body fat percentage is the same, you're not really doing yourself any service. So you really want to focus on muscle composition, lowering your body fat percentage, which speeds up your metabolism, and overall living a healthier lifestyle. So what I want to focus on with Dan and with all of you out there is not so much diet. I don't like the word diet. The first 3 letters of diet is die. We don't want you to die. We want you to be healthy. So what I've learned through my journey is that through food and through health and by eating the right types of food, I just feel better. And at age 50, I'm literally feeling the best I've felt in like 30 years. What I want to focus on with Dan and what we're going to be doing moving forward is we're not going to be talking so much about weight loss, even though the things we're going to talk about can lead to weight loss. And what do I mean? I'm talking about eating foods that were alive. I'm talking about eating foods that are not in the middle of the grocery store or come in a box or a package. So we're going to focus on things that are in the produce aisle. We're going to focus on things that are in the dairy aisle. We're going to focus on things that are in the meat aisle. And, basically what I say is if it wasn't alive, don't eat it. If we didn't eat it 200 years ago, don't eat it. Unfortunately, today's food is designed to make you eat more, right? It's filled with empty calories. It's filled with preservatives. It's filled with chemicals. And all they want you to do is eat it, eat more, and then eat some more. And I'll give you an example. I could easily crush 10 Oreos. I could probably eat a whole bag of Oreos. I could sit there and just shovel them in my mouth and be like, man, this is good. But if I try to eat a whole bag of hard-boiled eggs, good luck. Maybe I'm getting 3 or 4 down. And I'm not getting fat from eating 4 eggs. So those are kind of some of the trade-offs. I'm not telling you that you can't enjoy your life. What I'm telling you is that you just got to edit what you put in your body. Right. So this is what I have in mind with Dan and for all of you. And the challenge is going to be, let's start making some changes. No one's telling you you have to stop eating the things that you like. No one's telling you that you have to diet. But this is what I want you to do and what I challenge Dan to do. And that is that for the next week, I want you to write down all the things that you eat. Because what you don't realize is that, okay, so I ate breakfast, I ate lunch, I ate dinner, but in between all these things are snacks, or maybe some things you don't realize. Oh, I grabbed a chip here, or I had a couple of pieces of popcorn here, or I had a soda here. All these things add up, and you'll be surprised by just making some changes. So what I want to do is I want you to take a diary of everything that you eat, and then we're going to look at it. So next week, when we do this next video, Dan's going to sit down and he's like, okay, so this is what my diet looked like this week. And what I'm going to ask Dan to do is like, okay, what if all these things that you ate are good? And what if all these things are bad? And we're going to slowly start editing those things out. And now we're not going to focus on weight loss initially. We're just going to focus on making better choices. And those better choices will lead eventually to weight loss, because the healthier lifestyle will just naturally lead you down the path of weight loss and overall feeling better. And that's what we want to focus on. You know, you can ask questions. Be more than happy to tell you my journey, how I got from 420 at 45% body fat to 200 pounds, 8.9% body fat. My goal is not done. I don't know if I'll ever be finished. My goal is really to have the body of my dreams, right? I want to be, you know, like Mr. Olympia type. Man, I don't want to be big and muscular like Mr. Olympia. I just want to be muscular. I want to be, take off my shirt and they go, damn, that guy works out. You know, I was telling Dan, you know, I may not have had the sexiest body at 20, but if I can have a sexy body at 50,
Right.
you know, going into the last part of my life, and I can live, you know, until I'm 85, 95, 100 years old and not be in a wheelchair and not be chronically ill and not have to be in big pharma's wheelhouse of taking medications, because, you know, that's the world we live in. You get sick, don't worry, there's a pill for it. You get fat, don't worry, we got Ozempic for that. You don't need to do that. We can eliminate that. And I look forward to answering your questions. I look forward to learning more about you and you guys learning more about me. And of course, helping my buddy Dan just feel better.
Well, we're in a society of fads, right? So when I started this Lose Weight Very Fast, the fad was no bread diet. The fad was eat rice cakes. And when I was on my challenge, I lost 37 pounds, which is fantastic, but it was not sustainable. I was told not to eat any dairy, no fruit, no wheat, no alcohol. But as you know, we all live long lives and there's things that we want to do and enjoy. And if you're a social person like myself, every now and then, maybe somebody wants to drink some alcohol and not feel guilty about it. So we're looking at long-term healthy weight management. So I'm really shifting my Lose Weight Very Fast direction of where I want to go to really a long, healthy lifestyle. And I'm very excited that Eric's on board to follow it. You know, we're all in this together. I'm going to start with my diary this week. I'm very excited. Right now, my weight is about 271, 269. You know, it fluctuates every week. I want to get to 238. My best that I've ever felt and looked was at 236 pounds. I want to be close to that. So hopefully with a healthy weight management and of course working out correctly and so forth. And I do not want to cheat. I don't want to do the Ozempic. I don't want to do any of those semi-glutide diets. I'm not negatively saying anything that would say don't do it to anybody in our audience, but I just think that this test and this journey I'm going on, and hopefully you guys are and men and women are coming on this with me. We look forward to everybody being together, and I'm excited. And welcome to loseweightveryfast.com. And Eric, any final things?
Yeah, I do want to say is if you are taking a semaglutide, that's not a bad thing. But what we want to do is make sure if you're taking it, you are prioritizing the right things, because you could take semaglutide and you can lose that hunger and you can lose that weight, but you're going to end up being a skinny, fat person, and we don't want that. We want you to maintain that weight loss, and the only way you can do that is by lowering your body fat at the same time. So how do you do that? It's prioritizing protein, making sure you are still eating and eating the right things, because eating less will lead to weight loss, but eating the right things will lead to sustainable weight loss. So if you lose 50 pounds and you lower your body fat percentage and you speed up your metabolism, that's going to allow you to maintain it for a longer period of time. But if you have questions, please send them in, comment on the post, like our post, share the post, and we look forward to working with you. We look forward to talking with you and inviting you into the community. Anybody has questions for me or for Dan, we want to hear them.